We're here in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire with Yaya Kone, the co-founder of Coliba. Thank you so much for making the time to meet with us.
Thank you too. You're welcome.
So let's just start with what exactly is Coliba and what is your mission?
Well, thanks so much for your question. Coliba is a startup specialized in collecting and recycling plastic waste. So our mission is to collect plastic waste. Why? Because we made a study here and we noticed that annually we produce 5 million tons of waste in Côte d'Ivoire. And when we focus on Abidjan with mainly 6 millions of people living here, we produce 200,000 tons of plastics. But unfortunately, 90% of that waste hasn't been recycled. This is a problem. And with my team, so we decided to set up a solutions to overcome this problem. So Coliba is a mobile platform which connects households, mainly also companies, with our formal collectors just to pick up plastic waste. And in turn, we converted that plastic into points, and that point can be, for example, internet, foodstuff, and also some products to encourage people to sort their waste. And after collecting all those plastic waste, we open a sorting center. There, 80% of people working there are women, and they sort waste. And last year, we opened the first PET plant in Abidjan to recycle all those bottles. So this is what we do basically.
Oh, wow. So you're recycling plastic waste and saving the environment,
yeah,
and creating employment.
Yeah.
Wow. So what exactly does that look like in terms of process? You mentioned that you have a mobile app,
yeah,
where households and companies can get on the app, and then how does it work? What does the back end look like of the process?
This app it looks like another apps, such as maybe Uber or BlaBlaCar in France. It's free, so the people have the opportunity just to download the app. There is a setups. It's open and it's easier also to go with. And they call us and they say, okay, Coliba, you have maybe 20 or 50 bottles at home. Is it possible to come to take it? So to do it, what we do basically, we have an agenda. For example, in Abidjan, we have 11 districts. So every year, every day, we pass in one district just to pick up the plastic waste. And at the end of the month, we converted all the plastic waste into points or credit. And that credit can be converted with mobile data. We work with MTN Côte d'Ivoire. MTN is the second telecom operator in Côte d'Ivoire. And this is what we do. We have also some partnership with L'Oréal Paris, just to share some cosmetic product to people. And we also work with some local industry here, just to give some food stuff to people. The aim is, as I said before, to encourage people to sort their waste, because it's not a habit in most of African urban cities. Okay, so it's our contribution just to protect our environment, but as we said, to also create sustainable and green jobs, and to better improve public health. Yeah.
Wonderful. So the more plastic you recycle, the more points you get,
exactly,
and the more products you can purchase.
Exactly.
Wonderful. So what happens once you get the plastic at the plant, once you have collected all the plastic?
So what we do, we create a product called granules. So we produce granules or flakes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we produce flakes, and what we do with these flakes, we sell it to those people here who will add some another products just to create another bottles. So for example, we work with Coca-Cola, for example. in Côte d'Ivoire, and the flake that we produce permit to Coca-Cola again to design a new materials. So to sum up, it's a kind of circular economy that we made just to encourage people and to show that there is some initiative we can be effective in our country.
Did you always know that you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
Not exactly. I was a teacher. I was an English teacher in Paris because I made my study, part of my study in Côte d'Ivoire, and I grew up in France too. And I was an English teacher. I think that in 2015, I decided to come back to my country and for the holiday. And I discovered that in my country, unfortunately, there are many wastes, and even if where I was lived, there's no people they just saw the waste. It was an habit in France, but unfortunately in my country it was not. So I decided to think about it, and there was a kind of competitions in Africa, in I think 6 or 7 countries in Africa called Ampion. So it was a kind of initiative, and I decided to participate and to design my project, and we won the first prize. I said, okay, this is interesting. And we come back here, and the African Bank Development also initiative what they call Innovation Days, and I designed the same project, and I won the first prize again. And I said, okay, maybe there is something to do. And this is how, and I met Genesis with my co-founder. When I met Genesis in Paris, and we decided to redesign the project, and till 3 years, we are full open on the project.
Okay, so you come back home from Paris, where you had observed people sorting their waste, and you see that it's not happening here, and you decide to take the chance, and you win these 2 competitions. And then what was your initial step afterwards to make it a reality, to make Coliba an actual business?
For me the first step was to believe myself, to believe to the project that I just want to set up here. And at the beginning it was not easy because we need money, we need some support, some local support here to try the project. It was not easy, and we began with our first resources, Genesis and I, and we prototype first the other project. We have a great result. Okay, it's not good. We fly again to Paris just to meet some people we pitch in the competitions. And in 2017, we met our first investors in Paris. We believe in us, in the project too. And this is how step by step, we prototype the project. And as I said in the introduction, we opened the first safety center in Ivory Coast. And last year we opened the first recycling PET plant, which is very big, and we still continue to work hard because the aim is our objectives, is to recycle perhaps 30,000 tons of plastic in these 3 coming years. This is our main objective.
Okay. You've mentioned that you're working with Coca-Cola, L'Oreal, MTN, and so on. How do you get these partners?
For MTN, I think that it was at the end at the beginning was very difficult because they don't understood exactly what we want to do and what we want to prototype as a project. And I remember we met another guy who worked there. We explained the project and how the mobile telecom sectors, can work with us, to protect environment, to create sustainable job, and also to improve public health. And so we explain the role that MTN should play in order to go ahead and to succeed, maybe to reduce maybe 10 or 15% of waste in the country. So this is how we try to convince MTN just to help us to work with us. For L'Oréal, it was the same. We met them at Paris first because L'Oréal supports another startups in South Africa with the same models, and so it was not easy, to convince L'Oréal to work with us in the basis. So yeah, this is how we try to convince them, and we give them some reports and some daily reports, and this is how we work with them. And we are trying every day. We are trying also to get we are trying to get those partnerships with those big companies to work together and to go to the same road.
What have been your biggest challenges, or what is your biggest challenge right now?
Yeah, the biggest challenge is to succeed to reach 30% of the populations in Côte d'Ivoire involved in our projects. What does it mean? Sorting the waste, practice recycling, and at the back, succeed to recycle maybe 10,000 plastic every year. This is the main objectives. But in terms of business development, we want to be maybe in 5 countries in 5 years. We have a representative in Ghana. There's Coliba in Ghana too. And the next objective maybe is to open up Coliba, maybe Nigeria or Senegal. We are thinking about it. Because, Genesis comes from Nigeria. So I'm an Ivorian, my co-founder is Nigerian, so yeah, we saw that, okay, Nigeria also is one of the biggest country in Africa, and it's important for us also to try the project there. This is our main objective.
How do you make money exactly? I think I'm still not...
Okay, yeah, it's a good question. Talk about money, right? As I said, we pick up plastic waste, we sort them,
yes,
and we produce flakes and granules.
Got it.
And we sell that flakes and granule to those companies which use it to design new materials.
Got it.
So how we get money, it's easy. So we sell flakes and granules. So this is our business model. But instead of this, we created another business models. We provide some advice to those big companies in terms of environmental stuff, so this is how we earn money. Yeah.
Okay. You've also mentioned that 80% of your employees are women, right?
Yeah.
Was that on purpose? I'm curious.
Yeah. Why? Because at the beginning, we was very curious because in Côte d'Ivoire, most of women go door to door to pick up plastic waste and just to pick up bottles and to sell it again. And what we do with those bottles, most of women here sell orange juice, banana juice, in this bottle. And we said, okay, for us, this is very dangerous because we don't have the traceability of the bottles, right? And in terms of public health, it's not good. So the aim is to sensitize of the women about this danger, and to create, at that time, new jobs such as washing bottles, sorting bottles. This is a new job for that woman who goes door to door just to pick up bottles. So for that reason, 80% of people in our service and our service are women. This is the main reason. And we just want to have what we call an inclusive project. So for us, it's important to drive a project like that. It's important to have an inclusive project, including women, because it's important for us. Yeah.
So even before you started Coliba, there were already these women collecting the bottles, but now you're just making it more organized and safe.
Yeah. Now at the beginning, to give you an idea, today we have 52 persons working fully Coliba because we have a recycling plant, right?
Yeah.
And at the beginning, and that's 52% of people, of course, working fast. 80% are women. But at the beginning, the number was not so few because at the beginning we were, I think, 10 persons and work with, 3 or 5 women. But those coming, we try to sensitize people to say, okay, yeah, it's important for Coliba. It's important for you just to come with us, to work with us. We train you. We give you an opportunity to have a new job. And this is how, we try to convince all those women to work with us in the project.
Was there ever a time that it was so difficult, all this work, that you wanted to quit? Or that you thought about quitting?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I think that at the beginning it was not really easy because we have a pressure. Because even if you have a family pressure, your family asks you, guys, you make your study in France. I don't know, in the teacher. I don't know why you decide to come back to Côte d'Ivoire to talk about plastic bottles. Even if my friends in France, so, God, you're crazy. Come back to Africa in the sun. All those stupid stuff. So, but our beliefs to the project. In my mind, this is what I want to do. For Africa. So design a solution by Africans for Africans. This was my dream. And I met Genesis, who shared the same vision with us. So I think that it was really easy for us, even if we met some difficulty, of course, but it was easy, to set up the project. Yeah. For me, the choice of the teammate is really important. It's really important. Even if for those startups, I think that it's not money, but it's the team. If you have a good team, you have the good motivations, I think that you can make a great job. This is what we are trying to do here in Abricos.
What have been your biggest learnings since starting the project?
My biggest learnings, one day, one of my collectors, because we have collectors, it was a woman. She came to me. She said, "Okay, Mr. Kone, I started to work with you since 3 months. Today, I'm available to pay the tuition of my son and to have some food to eat." That sentences, gave all the team a great motivation. So this is the objective that we want to reach. It's not a question of, it's not a question of money, but it's a question to improve population life. Even if we have a business model, but the first objective is to improve people's life. And I say, I think that this was the key motivation for us. And we work hard, and we hope that maybe tomorrow or the next month, it's not 1, but maybe 10 people will say, okay, due to Coliba today, we do that. Yeah.
What would be your advice, to young Ivorians today?
The advice, I think that most of entrepreneurs, most of startups say, okay, yes, believe in yourself, all those things. For me, the great advice is, if you have a dream, follow your dream. Nothing is unstoppable. This is the real advice that I can say to those guys who want to make entrepreneur, who want to be entrepreneur, or just to create a project. If you have a dream, follow your dream, follow your heart. Nothing can stop you. Nothing. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thanks so much.
Wow, I really love the advice to the young Ivorians. Very powerful.
Yeah.
My question would be for the companies that you partner with, for MTN, L'Oreal.
Yeah.
What is their benefit from the partnership? Is it corporate social responsibility, or do they have other benefits from the partnership?
Yeah, today the environmental questions is in the heart of the biggest companies. So basically, when we discuss with those the director of the biggest company, we talk about social corporate departments. For example, for MTN, it's important, for example, for mobile or telecom companies to support local initiative in terms of maybe environmental project or those projects.
Yeah.
And the engagement of those biggest company is talking about social corporate department. Even we work with, for example, we have a partnership with ExxonMobil in the United States. What they say. Okay, so we put aside the social engagement, the social corporate engagement. Yeah, this is how we try to work with all those biggest companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. When was the time that you because you have an idea, you have a dream, you win these 2 competitions, when was the point in time when you said, okay, now I know that it will work? It's not just an idea anymore. I know that this will work. Was there ever any point in time where you had that assurance?
I think that we won one competitions designed by French government in Paris. There was 22 entrepreneurs around the world, and we won the first prize. At that time exactly, Genesis and I, we said, yes, I think that they gave us an opportunity to show that we are able to drive this project.
Wow.
It was in 2017. Yeah, I remember. At that time, so we said, okay, people gave us opportunity to show that you are ready to drive the project and to show them the result. Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting and very powerful. And I think it's a good reminder that if someone else believes in you, then that gives you power, but that also means you can start believing in other young people and remind them of their potential and their power to be the change that they want to see.
Yeah.
And you never know what energy will come through them.
Exactly.
Because of that trust.
Yeah.
Wow. My final question would be, in the beginning you had in mind to create an app. How did you, because you're a teacher, an English teacher, how did you start to develop this app?
Okay, yeah, it's a good question, I think. If you remember well, in 2016, there was a kind of, mobile platform emerged around the world. Talk about Uber in the United States, talk about BlaBlaCar in France. I said, okay, maybe in Africa, we can have an app which connects people to household, because the biggest challenge in Africa is not the transportations, is not it's not transport, it's not logistics, but it's the question of waste. The question of waste in our big cities is so urgent. So if we design a product through mobile, through technology, because we know today that 2 Africans have maybe a smartphone or a mobile phone just. So if we succeed to have a platform which connects households and high just to pick up plastic waste and encourage people to sort the waste, that could be interesting.
So did you hire a programmer or?
I'm not a programmer. I don't know how to program. Nothing. But today in a team we have 4 developers in our team.
Okay.
So yeah.
So with the prizes and all the first investment, you built this app.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how did you get the first households to use the app and say, hey, I have plastic bottles, come?
The first household was my family, of course.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
It was my family, because we tested the mobile phone with my brothers, my sisters, my family, Genesis, me too, and all those my relatives. And okay, we have a good result. And after we spread the news to our friends, and this is how today we reached 20,000 households.
Wow.
Daily. We use our mobile platform,
Wow.
and how, yeah.
That's powerful.
And the objective is at the end of this year maybe is to reach maybe 50,000 users.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing, because if the waste of 50,000 households is
Yeah.
already pre-sorted,
Exactly.
and the women or the collectors do not have to go through
To the
trash
trash,
but just pick it up.
Exactly.
That is amazing impact.
Yeah.
Wow. More power to you.
Thank you. Thank you.